Okay, we are live. How are you guys doing? I'm back with another amazing author that's pushing out all these great books. Look at her ready to dance. We'll go ahead and bring her on. Her name is author Antoinette Singleton. I got it right, didn't I?
Yes, ma'am.
That's my cousin's name, so I had to get it right. So tell us who you are, the name of the book, and what city are you from?
Okay, my name is Antoinette Singleton. The name of the book is Getting Over Her. It's actually a journal. It's a guide to breaking up with yourself. So it's a 21-day journal, and it's for ladies only. And I hail from I'm actually originally from East St. Louis, Illinois, but I reside in Middle Georgia right now.
So it's a book of getting over her.
It's actually a journal. It is a 21-day journal that takes you like a step-by-step type thing, kind of dealing with yourself with some things. It's a 21-day journal versus a book. It's a 21-day journal.
I love that. I just like the name, Getting Over Her.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. That is so good.
Thank you.
So how long, I know you wrote it during the pandemic, but how long did it take you to get everything together?
So to be completely honest, because I was in my feelings, and I think sometimes when you're in your feelings, you have the propensity to just kind of push for some things and birth some things just like immediate right then and there. It probably took me maybe all of a day or so to go ahead and get all the topics down, as well as get the information, majority of the writing was actually done then. The next couple days, I probably went back, tweaked a couple things and different things like that. But it really didn't take long because I was just at a place where I was just at a place of self-reflection, and I just started thinking about this. And then when I thought about that, and I just kept going. And as a result, I actually had more than 21 days, but it takes 21 days to form a habit. So I decided to keep it at 21 days.
Wow. What was your inspiration to do this? Who inspired you?
So my inspiration has always been, my inspiration is my mother. My inspiration is my family. But this particular work, I was really inspired by my former self more than anything. I'll be 50 years young next year. And I kind of found myself sometime April, May timeframe of this year. I just found myself kind of dealing with some petty stuff. And it wasn't because anyone else was petty in that moment of self-reflection, in that moment of self-love. I realized that it wasn't necessarily anybody else, anything going on the outside, but it was just some things that throughout the years I've carried, I've nursed. I nursed as if it was my baby, and it was completely unhealthy for me. So my motivation, my inspiration to do this was really just to get over myself. I just kind of looked at myself one day and said, girl, you are full of it, and you are going to stop yourself from being your best self. So as a result, I had to do it. And so this was about me. Everything in here is about things that I've dealt with, and nobody else. If I don't make it to the next.
What? Let's talk about this. I tell you what, that daggone sabotaging spirit will kill you.
Yes.
You can have a sabotaging spirit on your life and don't even know you have one, where things are always about, it's always drama, it's always issues. You're always pointing at everybody else. And sometimes you have to look at yourself and say, okay, what have I done to put myself in this position? It's not always the other person. Sometimes it's you. And I was just talking with my good girlfriends about that earlier today, how God, the devil would throw that sabotaging spirit on you and to have you in a mess up place where you didn't even think you would even be, because he has peeped into your future and he see who you have the potential to become, but then he'll come back stronger so you can sabotage, relationships, jobs, careers, what I'm saying, mother and dad. I mean, he would do that so he can, distract you. So,
yes.
I mean, my God. And so for me to listen to your book, just hear what you're saying about your book, I can see how that can happen easily with us not looking at ourselves as, and sometimes we can look at ourselves as the victim sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it be just us. And I just practice every day. And I just told him that this morning, I'm like, take an evaluation of what you got going on. Look at yourself. And sometimes you need to, you need to correct yourself sometimes. Well, God will send people to correct you.
Right.
To me, correction is good.
Yes, this is all about me. I realize, and I think this is the situation for other women as well. Of course, women, we always have issues with other women, and that's just what it is. And our society is kind of set up where they compare us. There's always comparisons and different things like that. And we understand that comparisons is completely unwise to do. It's always going to miss out, with respect to that. But we always have issues. And so I realize, like other women, that my present self is a threat to my future self. If I don't deal with who I am right now, I will never ever get there, and they won't get there either. And I just got to the point where I couldn't say that it was anybody else, because even if you talk about me, or even if you roll your eyes at me, I don't have to really give you any attention. I don't have to pay you any attention. And so it was more so about, why do you respond when they do that? Why give over your power? Why do you allow people to control you so much? And they don't even know it. That sister going on about her business, and you sitting up here still stuck somewhere, and she's living her best life, and you're still. So for me, I had to deal with me. I had to get over myself. And I believe that is the situation for other women. When we get to the point where we stop saying, no, she thinks she's better, or she thinks this, or she thinks that, and just deal with the person that you are, we're not going to have as many problems as we think. We'll then become the encouragers one to another that we're supposed to be.
And I think, even with me, I think I went through that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually think I went, what you're talking about is, for me, just, seeing people react to me, and me going back and going tit for tat. It's no need of doing all that. That's why God said, let me fight all battles. Right. We tend to fight all God battles. He's like, you know what? Let me just back away, Nikki, and I'll let you go ahead and have it. And then when you mess it up, then it's like, okay, yeah, now you need me to come back and tell you, well, if you let me handle it from the first time, then you won't be in this problem, in this situation. So I totally agree with you on this. I'm excited about this book. I got to get this book.
Yeah, and then the other thing about this is that this was just not about my current self, but this was about some things that I had. I actually brought up in the church, and so some beliefs that I had, they weren't my own beliefs. And just like you, when you were brought up, our parents probably, they were doing their best, and to them, they did their best at raising and bringing us up and different things like that. But there were some times when they just did, it was one of the things my mom, and my mom used to always tell us not to walk around the house naked. So, and it wasn't that we were walking around the house naked. We actually had on pajamas.
Right.
She would always say, you can't walk around the house like this. And what if there's a fire? And what if this and this and this and this and this? And so because of some of those things, then I grew up to become an adult, and then I'm married. And I'm kind of nervous about my body, because I always had to have clothes on, because you couldn't walk around naked. My mom didn't, she didn't teach us about sexy lingerie.
My mom didn't either.
Nobody did. So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm with a man who wants to be enticed, who wants to see me a certain way. But because of the way I was brought up, it messed me up. It was like 30 years old when I realized that, Victoria, that there's something going on there, that I probably need to invest in this company as well. And do something for myself to make me feel good and all of that. So it's about those things too. It's about the upbringing, because this kind of, that kind of keeps us stuck as well.
It does. You know what? I'm gonna say this to you. I have a church woman, and I'm quite, she don't mind me talking about it, but her mom taught her like she wouldn't even leave the house. You know what I'm saying? And she visited our church, but she would not even leave the house without makeup on.
Yes.
And I had a long conversation that she was just in bondage. Like, they had her bound, where she had to make sure, if she, what I'm saying, makeup got to be on her face. And we had this event at the church one night, and I was just telling her, I said, just praise God. She was just like, hallelujah. Like, she just, and this past Saturday, I do an event called the She Cave. Mm-hmm. And girl, one of the pastors was praying for her, and she just went, I was just like, is this her?
She went for broke.
I mean, makeup. I mean, I was just looking at her like, come on, bunch, you gotta go. Like,
Yes.
we start praying over her mindset. And I told her, I called her sometimes this week. I was like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm so happy for you that you didn't have that stuff holding you down anymore, that you was set free and you was delivered, because you don't know, you stop your blessings trying to hold on the things that your bloodline have given you. And sometimes our bloodline be wrong.
Right.
I
And then you'll take on that same mindset. And when you're
that's
with
right.
someone else who's free, you'll say, well, no, you're not supposed to be free. Not realizing that this is not even you, girl. This was your mom, and they did it for that reason. This was the reason that they did it, and it doesn't even apply now.
Right.
So I'm
that's just like one of my friends. She said, "You're a first lady. You don't supposed to be wearing red lipstick." I was just like, "Oh, I didn't know that you don't supposed." You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that people put in their head all because that's what they was told.
Right.
But just because you was told, that don't make, you know what I'm saying, that is right. So you have to be careful. If God ain't leading you, then you need to make sure, you just have to make sure you're being led by God on everything that you do. So my question to you, what would you say to a person that have decided to write a book? What kind of advice can you give a future author that wants to write a book or write a book similar to yours?
Just commit to it. Sit down and commit to it. There's always excuses. There's always reasons. There's always something that's going to come up that can distract you from what you're supposed to be doing. But just sit down. I got my iPad. I just started writing, and I refused to get up until I was done. I set a specific goal for that period of time, and I just went for it. It wasn't about making sure that it was grammatically correct. It wasn't about making sure the context was right and different things like that. You have people.
But that's what you have your editors for. That's what you got your
editors. Right. So it was just the point of sitting down, that if you don't do it now, you're probably never, ever going to do it. Tomorrow will be something else. Then the day after will be something else. And sometimes it's just about sitting down and just committing to it. And so I just sat down and I committed to it. And I told someone about it. Because the moment you tell somebody about something, they're going to come back. A good friend is going to come back and remind you of what you said.
I agree.
Yeah, so I actually told someone about it. And when I told two different people with two different personalities, I was very intentional. The people that I connected with along this journey, I was very, very, very intentional to have two different people on either side. And so I told them about it. And because I told them about it, they kept asking me about it. And when they keep asking about it.
So that's that accountability group because I have an accountability group about 20 ladies, and that's what we do. Yeah. Don't tell me you're going to do so, because I'm going to be calling you like, okay, where at? You know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing? Can I help you? That's what a real friend does. A real friend add value to you. Right. They don't take away from you. So I'm so excited. So where do we get this book from?
So you can purchase this on Amazon. You can go on Blurb, and we're actually in Barnes and Nobles as well.
Yeah. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
This is good. I like the colors.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good, girl.
My illustrator, my graphic designer was just, she was just, there's a really neat little, she was just on point. She was just on point, you all.
Wow.
Yes. It's beautiful. She was just on point. And so it gives you an opportunity to, it gives everyone an opportunity to write in here. While I was writing it, I came up with the concept words to paper.
That's right.
Words to paper. So each time I finish something.
I like the female. I like that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Each time I do it, it says words to paper. Hey, born to shine. Hey, it is what it is.
Inspire us.
Yes.
I'm excited. So what's going to happen? Of course, we're live. We're on YouTube. We're on Periscope. We're on Instagram. We're on all these platforms. I think I sold up 8 platforms. Look at you. I see you. Got to put it in there, honey. Look. I cannot. But what I want you to do when we finish this live, I want you to put your information at the bottom of the screen so they can find you. Because my people have been buying books. I sold about 15 books the other day. So they've been buying books. They've been buying a lot of the books. So I'm excited about all the stuff that you got going on. And if I could be any assistance, just call me. I got a book coming out myself. I'm doing an anthology called The Overcomer Woman. So I'm gonna send you some information in case you want to join me on mine, and we can work together on some things. And then it comes out in April, actually on my birthday, April 28th. And I'm selecting about 30 Christian women who want to tell their story in a chapter. Give some things that they overcame. And so, consider that. If not, then I understand. But I'm all about relationships. That's how I know to grow.
Awesome. Hit me up most definitely. Hit me up most definitely. Do that.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.
And I want to buy my book, so look out for me. You'll see Coach Nikki buying a book, and I'll go ahead and you can go ahead and ship it to me, and we'll do a book review on HBCU magazine, and we'll take it from there.
Most definitely. And so I'll go ahead and add that information to the chat. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Have an amazing day.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. Hey guys, that was great. That was author Antoinette Singleton. Go hit her up. She's on Barnes & Noble's Books A Million, Amazon. Check her out. She's going to put her information at the bottom. If she bless you, share this live. Go ahead and invest in her. The best is yet to come. We got about 7 more today. Keep me in your prayers. It's a new year, 2021. God said the word is abundance. You will have abundance on 2021. So if there's abundance in your happiness, abundance in your marriage, abundance in your home, abundance in your finances, in your job, that's the word for the 2021 year, abundance. Have an amazing day, and we'll be back in a couple of hours.